Good morning and welcome to our daily devotional from Pilgrim Congregational Church. I'm Patrick Horn and welcome you on this Friday, March the 17th, 2023. Very glad to have you join us as we continue our look at the book of Ephesians, particularly chapter 5. Next week, I believe we'll be back in the book of Romans, but we've been looking at this passage that is full of contrast between darkness and light, and the encouragement from the writer of Ephesians to the audience of the early church to live in love, to live in the light. There is in this passage a list of vices that are that the early church is encouraged not to participate in, but rather to live in the light, which is to live in what is true and good and right. And so there is in this passage, as in other places in the New Testament, a sort of balance between the things of the Spirit and the things of the material world. That is, that the Spirit is invisible in one sense, that is, not seen in one sense. It is not itself a physical thing, but it is very much tied up with physical activity, that is, doing things, living in ways that are righteous and good. And so we now come to the end of this passage, verse 14, which is a quote or a kind of paraphrase of a verse from Isaiah. So it's the last part of Ephesians 5, verse 14, a kind of exclamation and a what appears to be a version of Isaiah 60, verse 1. So let's hear this from the author of Ephesians that says, "Sleeper, awake. Rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you." And here we have brought into this exclamation of now waking up, the rising from the dead, of course, which is associated with the Messiah, with Jesus, who was raised from the dead by God, and also the light, and this time the light of Christ. The light of the Lord will shine on you. This sounds very much like Isaiah 60, verse 1, Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. So there is this, again, this association between the light and living faithfully, that is, living in the light, in love, in what is true and right and good. Very much an attempt by the writer of Ephesians to get the reader to focus on living a faithful life and to live in the light. Let's close with this word of prayer from W.E. Orchard. O thou who turnest the shadow of death into the morning and makest the day dark with night, to whom darkness and light are both alike, come and abide with us through every experience of life. The day is thine when shines the sun and all our path is fair. The night is thine when stars light up the vastness of thy world. Help us neither to weary of the day nor fear what night may bring. Sometimes we turn from the certitude that we have in thee to follow vain shadows again and bring upon ourselves anguish and confusion. But thou knowest where we are, and at our faintest cry of need, the valleys are exalted, every hill made low, and a straight path runs before us to thyself. When, perverse and foolish, we leave the pleasant paths of peace to try the slippery way, taste the bitterness of sin, fall into the mire, herd with swine, and come at length to loathe ourselves, thine amazing love brings thee over the mountains of our misery into the wilderness where we have wandered, seeks until it finds, clasps us again to thy pure breast, bears us in thy strong embrace, and brings us home rejoicing. Oh, the depth of thy mercy and the wonder of thy love. Amen. Thank you for joining me this morning from Pilgrim Congregational Church. I'm Patrick Horn, and I hope you have a very good day. Goodbye.